Hi, I'm Rob, and in this Gems of War video I'm going to take a look at the new mythic troop Libara. She is apparently charming, beautiful and well balanced, but the spell is rather intriguing. Deal damage to all enemies or give life to all allies, so you can't rely on her for one thing or the other, because she may do the exact opposite of what you required. So how is the best way to use a troop like this? Libara, Libara, Hawaii, Libara. Well, this is the kind of mythic which a lot of people are going to see and call her rubbish, absolutely straight away. The fact that she does damage to all enemies or gives life to all allies, one or the other, and you have no control over that, means most people will say she is absolutely useless. But I think she's actually designed to be used in a certain type of team and a certain type of way. Now, before I go any further, I'll just make it clear that I do think there are already loads of troops in the game, both mythic and otherwise, which deal absolutely significant, huge amounts of damage, so we don't need those kind of troops all the time. What I do like is the fact that the devs do this kind of thing and give us specific troops for use in a specific kind of way. Now, as an example to how I think Libara should be used, I'm going to refer to the Possessed King. The Possessed King, his third trait is Unstable Possession. That explodes 2 gems when getting a 4 match, which helps mana generation. Now, he is still considered a very, very good mythic. For that one reason alone, you don't really cast his spell when using him as a player, because you can actually make the enemy more powerful, bizarrely. He's simply there because of that third trait. Now, the reason Possessed King gets used is in a team where basically the first 3 other troops that are not Libara, not Possessed King, work on their own. That first 3 troops are the heart and soul of the team. They are the bread and butter. They can kind of work on their own. So you've effectively got a 4th slot which is effectively spare. Possessed King goes in this. His third trait is an absolute bonus. Every 4 match you get, extra mana for the team. Can't go wrong. Libara is a similar kind of troop for me, but not because of that third trait, because of the actual spell. If your main team of 3 troops is working on their own really well, she may get charged incidentally at the same time. You don't look to charge her on purpose, because if you try and do that and you cast her and she does the exact opposite of what you wanted, you're going to get frustrated and say she's rubbish and throw her in the bin. What's handy about her is she just gets charged automatically because the rest of the team is working, and if you call upon her to cast because no one else is ready, either or is good. If you do that amount of damage to all enemies, that is good. If she decides to give a life to all allies, that is good. For sure, there'll be certain situations you prefer her to do damage, and there's still a 50-50 chance from that. If that doesn't happen, you get a ton of life. So for me, she's going to be a supplementary troop, but a very good one. And she's going to sit at the back of a team something like this. Now, this is the kind of team I think Libara is actually really good for. You won't always use her, but when you do, she could be really, really handy. A team like this, the first 3 troops are the main bread and butter of the team. The whole team basically revolves around these 3 troops. The 4th troop isn't kind of needed, because it all works off of these 3. Now, you often see the Possessed King in teams like this. The Possessed King has that really cool third trait, Unstable Possession, where he explodes 2 random gems on a 4 match, which helps mana gen. He's just there to help the team out because the rest of the team works. But Libara can be used in exactly the same way. Whenever you've got a team where you've got 3 troops that make the bread and butter of your team, Libara can be popped in to really good effect. So we'll have a quick go with this. Let's change the banner because I haven't done that yet. What should we go for? I'll just go for the +2 yellow banner, wherever that is. How much over this way so far? Did I miss it? No, there it is. Thank you. Stormcaller class for this, mainly because we want that constant light storm. And the talent trees are Resilience, Purification, Thunder Fist, Fey Vengeance, Gale Force, Lightning Strike, and Lord of Storms. Right, so about Libara, but not about Libara at the same time. She's just going to pretty much sit at the back, be a supplementary help, and if she comes in handy, she does. If not, then she doesn't. But the fact is, just because she's mythic doesn't mean to say she has to be like super powerful, the star of the show every single time. That doesn't actually matter. We'll cast Mercy first to get this nice conversion. But if she gets called upon, then that is a lot of damage to the whole opposition team, and it is a lot of life given as well if she needs it. If we need it. So we'll just grab someone to the front. I didn't actually watch who I was doing then. I just grabbed anybody. Let's cast the Wild King. He's ready to go again. Now let's get a skull hit and yellow. So yeah, we've actually romped through this game without actually needing her at all. So I might do another one. But, you know, say in this situation, you still had some enemies left. You could choose to cast her. You can either do damage to all enemies or give life. If my Wild King had been hit a few times, Wild King even had been hit a few times, could cast this and boost him up if I wanted to. She wasn't needed then, but again, a nice asset to call upon if she was needed. Let's do another fight then, see if we get into a situation where we can use her better or use her at all. Okay, this is a dangerous team here. This web spinner can do a lot of damage to our team. But we've got yellow to purple, so we'll do that straight away, get that cleanse going. A lot of mana for the team. Let's grab the hero to the top. Now let's cast Wild King. Let's go for it. Let's grab a web spinner. Right, so the issue I'm having showing this Mythic off is the fact that she's best used as a supplementary troop for me at the back of a team. So we're not going to call upon her very much unless we actually need to. Like, we don't need to call upon her yet. There's no need. The games have been won so far pretty easily. But the fact is, she was there. And life, that amount of life to all allies is a significant amount and really handy. And that is a good damage amount as well. So whatever situation we were in, then she is handy. Apart from now. You wouldn't want to cast her now because you want to kill the rabbit, whatever it was, outright. You don't want her to decide, actually, I'll decide to give everybody life when you want her to do damage. So, but in a mid-fight situation where she's charged up, she will actually be quite good. Oh, we've got here, this one of these new dragons. This could be a damaging team. Zulgoth, Thrall, Essence of Evil. This is quite tasty. Let's give it a go anyway, see what happens. Alright, have we got our cleanse? Oh, we're not frozen anyway. So used to being frozen at the start of a game. Not much yellow going on, even in our yellow storm. Purple to yellow is not a thing. That's a risky cast as well for our Wild King, so we'll just hit them ordinarily. Creates a mix of 22 skulls and yellow, so the more yellow that are there, the better start we have. Again, not great, so we'll get that for them. About to cast their Essence of Evil, so I've got to go through it a bit now, I think. Let's cast this. Yep, we've taken them out. That was good. Let's grab their new dragon to the top. Reptar has got up again. Let's grab Azul this time. Again, so like we're in a situation now where the troop is charged. I didn't aim to charge it, it's just the way the game went. And either one of those things can be quite good. We'll actually do this again. Grab Thrall this time. Now we can cast Wild King. And again, she wasn't needed, but the fact is, she was there. So it is not a all singing or dancing wreck the opposition troop. It's more a troop which is going to sit at the back of your team as a handy backup, giving life, doing extra damage when called upon. But is it fantastic? Obviously not, but there'll be times when it definitely comes in handy. So let's do this last battle. It's a hard mythic to show because it is one designed, I think, to be at the back of a main team of an original 3, if you like to put it that way. Purple to yellow is a no-go. I don't need it for a cleanse anyway, so don't have a lot going on in our favour at the moment for mana, but we'll get this brown. This is going to make a 4-match red. And we'll get some brown and a skull hit. No mercy conversion of any use still. Click that. Now let's grab that. Let's cast Wild King. See if now they've done some significant damage to my Wild King or something, then it's definitely beneficial to cast someone like the new Mythic when she gets charged up, because if she gives life, that is handy, and if she does damage, that is handy too, because it'll take off the barrier and do extra damage to the others. So I'm going to cast Mercy anyway, because I don't like being frozen. Let's get that. See, now she's charged, it's actually quite useful. She's there if required. Let's do that damage. So you can use her now. If she, whatever she does, it's useful. If she does damage to the team, and if she gives us life, that's just made our Wild King more survivable. He just took a hit then. He would have been, what did she just give? Like 70 odd life? So yeah, he'd have been on just 80 life left. He'd have been pretty much one hit away from potentially dying. But now he's still going to be there. So she's not going to be super useful in all situations. More so in just one of these sort of teams where you've got 3 main troops that make up the bread and butter of your team. Who should we grab? Let's grab him. Let's see if we get luck with the Wild King. See, he's about to die now, so he survived a bit longer because of the fact that she gave that life in the first place. Not saying that makes her super uber useful. It doesn't, but it's better than nothing. And in this team, the whole team revolved around those first 3 troops, so she did kind of help out. Let's just do one more. And apparently he was the MVP, adding over 200 or more life to allies. It's easy to forget about that because a lot of people just see damage in these games. But you forget that Libara actually dished out more than 200 life. That is a lot of life. That is a lot of survivability. Purple to yellow. We've not got much purple here. But I'm going to do it anyway because I don't want to be frozen on 3 colours, which is what I am at the moment. So I'm going to do that anyway. Right, now we've got a nice bunch of yellow here. We can now do Rope Dart and grab their Apothecary to the top. Now let's cast our Wild King. Let's get them out of the way. Now get an extra turn on that. Bash them with that. Rope Dart them with that. Wild King them with that. And what we're going to do, bash him with that. So again, doesn't look like she's going to be called upon. But she was there. And basically, 2 away from being charged. May not get charged anyway, but she was. But anyway, it was there. Damage to all or life to all. One or the other, absolutely guaranteed. So a troop you park at the back. So, not great, not dire, but yeah, certainly handy in some teams. Well, there she is. There's Libara. Definitely a different kind of Mythic to be used in a different kind of way. This is not your standard Mythic, but I like it when they do things like this, the devs. They put different troops in there, different Mythics for different situations in different games, and that is actually what you need. We've got plenty of troops that do mega damage and things like that. Nice to have the option. So Libara is okay, if not spectacular. there's a video. If you found it useful or helpful, be really cool if you hit that like and subscribe button. But most of all, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again next time. Bye for now.